And it is my best of the day, Antino, at Caulfield on Saturday. I just think it'll win. I just have a feeling Antino's just going to come out and win.
But adore Antino, Blake Shin, take a bow.
It's absolutely trucked in.
Bolted in, demolished them. Antino, 6 lengths. Craig Elsafina, then Desert Lightning.
Hello everyone and welcome to my preview of Caulfield Cup Day. 10 races on the card to get through. Plenty of winners to be found, and hopefully I've found some of them. Just before we go into the Wall of Fame, I want to mention the Sportsbet feed. If you're not following me on there, make sure you get on the Sportsbet app and do so. The Wall of Fame, it was a pretty one-sided vote this week. Antino's going up on the wall. It starts a new row off, so that's exciting. Let's move on with race number 1. Race 1 is a 3-year-old Colts and Golding set weights plus penalties race over the 1400 metres. The favourite is Sugarcoat at $3.20, ahead of Get a Fix coming down from Sydney at $5, $6 about for Cottagio, then out to $7.50 for Taken. The Maiden is at $7.50, $9 for Barbaric Lad, $9.50 for Super Nima. And then we got longer odds the rest. This was the last start run at Rose Hill of Get a Fix. This was on a Wednesday meeting, a benchmark 72 over the 1400 metres. It ran second on this occasion. It hit the front, and then I think its inexperience, only being a 3-year-old, showed against the older horses because it got to the front and then just stopped. So it's a horse that's still learning, but it's rock hard fit. This is going to be its 5th up run on Saturday. John O'Shea wouldn't send this horse south if he didn't think it had a really good chance. Joel Moreira is booked from gate 5. It should be right on speed, and I think it's good enough to win this race. A horse that started $6.50 against a horse called Autumn Glow, who you may have heard of, and started $7 against a horse called Mayfair, who was third or second favourite, in fact, in the Caulfield Guineas. So I think it's got good form. I'm happy to have it on top. In for second, I've got Lake Forest. I was really impressed with this horse's maiden win at Benalla. Major step up in class here, but looks to get a good run. In for third, I've got Cottagio. This horse should be on speed. Good last start winner. And then in for fourth, Sugarcoat. The favourite should fly across from gate 11 to be outside the leader, and it's a good winning chance. But I'm with Get a Fix to start Caulfield Cup Day. Race 2 is the listed Gothic Stakes over the 1200 metres. Reserve Bank and Gallant Sun are equal favourites at $3.60. Both look to be on-speed influences. Stolly Bolly, third favourite at $7. Aldol Fido is at $8.50 with Tarpaulin. $9 for Lofty Arch, and longer odds the rest. This was the Dane Hill Stakes featuring lots of good chances. Reserve Bank is in this race. Tarpaulin, Lofty Arch, and Bodyguard. Now, I might surprise most of my viewers, but I've actually got Bodyguard on top on Saturday. I just think at the $19 currently, it appeals at the price. This horse SP'd $5.50 in this Dane Hill Stakes, which was the third favourite. It didn't handle the soft ground. It's back on, well, it could be soft again on Saturday, but the rain won't fall during the meeting, so if the track team get it right, it should be a soft 5 at worst. I think Bodyguard back on a firmer surface will see a better performance. Joel Moreira goes on. I've tipped Joel Moreira in the first 2 races. I think that's ideal. From gate 2 can be closer. Winker's first time. This horse, leading into its first up run, won a trial by 6 lengths. So if it can get back to that form on good ground, hopefully it's a good track for this horse. I think it'll be running very well, and it'll start shorter than $19. In for second, I've got Gallant Sun. This horse from gate 3 should almost lead with Zach Purton on and be hard to beat. In for third, I've actually forgotten who I've got in for third. I think it might be Stolly Bolly. This was a good last start winner and has Gallant Sun form, and Reserve Bank was good in the Dane Hill, just being beaten by First Settler. But I'm with Bodyguard at a bit of a price. Hopefully it's a soft 5 at worst for this horse. Race 3 is the Group 3 Caulfield Classic for the 3-year-old Colts and Geldings over the 2,000 metres. Keeneland is the favourite at $2.60, ahead of Politely Done at $4.60. Red Aces is at $4.80, $5.50 about for Scary, and longer odds the rest. This horse will be my best of the day, Keeneland. This was its last start win in the superimposed race at listed level at Flemington, where it staved them off really well. Now, in these 3-year-old 2,000 metre races at Caulfield with small fields, usually it's quite tactical, and I think Keeneland, out of the main chances, has the most tactical speed. It's won its past 2. I think there's opposition in this race that are better suited stepping up to the 2,000 metres, but Keeneland, I think, can posse itself well enough in the mid stages of the race. It's won its past 2, going for 3 on the trot, and from gate 2 it maps ideally. So I've got Keeneland on top ahead of Red Aces, who was good through the line last start. Politely done. João Moreira on last start winner. It's in with a good chance. I've actually got 0.25 units to place on West Indies. This horse was a winner of a maiden at Kembla last start over 1,400 metres. Now it goes straight up to the 2,000 metres at Group 3 level, switching states. Kieran Maher trains it. He's got to have something behind this, and I don't want to be... I want to be on it just in case it wins. But I like Keeneland in the Caulfield Classic. Race 4 is the Group 3 Ethereal Stakes over the 2,000 metres for the 3-year-old fillies. Too Darn Discreet is the favourite at $3.10, ahead of Killcare Beach Girl at $4.20. $7 about for Harry Curry, then out to $8 for both Feminile and All Kinds of Folk. $9 for Jenny's Meadow and longer odds the rest. We're taking a look at the Edward Manifold as a last start replay. Too Darn Discreet wins the race. Killcare Beach Girl runs 3rd. I think All Kinds of Folk runs 4th. And Jenny's Meadow finished 4 lengths off Too Darn Discreet. Now, out of this run, I want to be following All Kinds of Folk. This horse was the strongest through the line at the 1,600 metres. Now 4th up to the 2,000 metres. I think this horse will be cherry ripe to go. It's only $8 because of its SP last start of $101. And maybe the trainers, because John and Chris Ledger don't have too many Saturday class horses. So maybe that's why the market's against it. But I want to be with it. It was good through the line last start. I'm on it. In for second, Killcare Beach Girl. I think this horse will lead, and Waterhouse Bot will have it fit to run 2,000 metres. Too Darn Discreet won that lead-up race, so it has to be respected. And in for 4th, I've got Jenny's Meadow. I thought it was finishing off well last start. But I like All Kinds of Folk to take out the Ethereal Stakes. Race 5 is the listed Alingi Stakes for the fillies and mares over the 1,100 metres. Isthmus is the favourite at $3.90, ahead of Neonce at $4.20. $7.50 about for both Chinny Boom and Pondalawi. $9.50 for Passagiata, and longer odds the rest. We're going to take a look at the last start run of Passagiata. And I actually really like this horse on Saturday. I'm very keen to be on it. I'm going to have 0.5 units to win on it. I thought, well, this was its first start run. It sort of half missed the kick. And for a horse that usually likes to race right on speed, I thought it did well to finish off from the back. It just needs to jump with them this time and put itself in a non-speed position to be a very good winning chance. This is a horse that ran second to the Black Cloud last preparation, carrying a lot more weight than the Black Cloud on that day, so I think it possesses some class. Bjorn Baker keeps it in Melbourne, which I think shows intent, and I want to be on it. I also have 0.5 units to win on Chinny Boom. The first up run for Moody and Coleman didn't go to plan, but it had excuses. Now I think, it was 420 against Jimmy Star last start. Now it's 750. If it can get back to its best, it'll be giving this race a shake-up. In for 3rd, I've got Neonce. This horse should get a good run from gate 3 and be hard to beat. And then in there for 4th, I have got Gumdrop. So I think it's the class runner. Has to carry the weight, but it's the class runner. And second up will be fitter. But I like Passagiata and Chinny Boom in the Alingi Stakes. Race 6 is the Group 3,000 Guineas Prelude for the 3-year-old fillies over the 1,400 metres. The favourite is GG's Miss Truth at $4.20, ahead of Amina at $4.60. To be or not to be is at $6. Matisse and Zaitung are both at $7.50. $9.50 for Too Darn Discreet, and longer odds the rest. We're going to take a look at the last start runs of GG's Miss Truth, To Be or Not to Be, and Benadryl. I didn't highlight To Be or Not to Be because there wasn't any room. GG's Miss Truth, the favourite, runs well, but I was with Benadryl on this night, and I'm with it again on Saturday. I want to stick with it. Didn't have a whole lot of luck in the straight, and through the line it was actually very, very strong. I think the step up to 1,400 metres is ideal for this horse, and I even think wants 1,600 in time, but from gate 2 can settle, hopefully midfield or further forward, and I think it can get it can run better than what its price suggests. I'm happy to have it on top. 0.5 units to win on it as well. Also 0.5 units to win on Too Darn Lizzie. This horse ran 3rd behind Lilac and DeClichy Boulevard at Caulfield last start. Gate 1 stays at the 1400 metres. Tim Clark, brilliant front-running rider. I want to be on it as well. In for third, I've got Matisse. This horse should settle well from the gate in the 3-wide line with cover and be running on well. And then in there for fourth, I think I've got GG's Miss Truth. The gate concerns me, the map concerns me, but it's a good enough horse to win. I'm in the corner of Benadryl and Tudan Lizzie in race number 6. It's that time of the week, it's last man standing, and I've made a move. I had 100 the win on Antino last week, and that shot me straight up to second position, so hopefully my run can continue. Let's see what we're doing this week. Our leader, Geordie, is having 100 the win on Marzu in the Sydney Stakes. I'm having 75 the win on Keeneland, and a bit of a spoiler alert in the last race, 25 the win on Coast Watch. Then we move on to Sammy, who's having 50 each way on Tudan Lizzie, which is one of the horses I like in that race. Braden is having 25 each way on I Wish I Win and 25 each way on Zardozi, playing in the big races in both states. And Sky High Horse Racing is having a $100 win all up, front page into Pride of Jenny. That's what we're doing for Last Man Standing this week. Race 7 is the Group 2 Caulfield Sprint over the 1,000 metres. Estriella is the favourite at $3.50 ahead of Ray Magnerio, who is at $3.70. Katsu and Sons Doot are both at $7.50. Midtown Boss is at $8 and then longer odds the rest. This was the last start run of both Ray Magnerio and Ashford Street at Caulfield in the race won by Jimmy Star. Jimmy Star's come out of this race and frank the form, so I like this form race going forward. Ray Magnerio was first up on this occasion, as was Jimmy Star, and Match Motors with it for the most part of the straight, except for the last 10 metres or so. Ray Magnerio on Saturday hopefully can be from gate 5 midfield on the outside, out of trouble. 53 kilos, second up fitter, can go bang, and I think it should be favourite. In for second, I've got Spacewalk. Should have won this race last year, but somehow died on its run late. Jal Morera goes on, and it's fresh. It can go bang. Sons Doot, I still think it wants further than the 1,000 metres, and around Caulfield, it's going to have to be good to pick them up, but it is good enough to pick them up because it's a good horse. And Katsu in there for fourth. From gate 2 will be on speed and trying its hardest. Estriella was the favourite. I was the keenest to, I don't even know if keenest is a word, but Estriella was the favourite. I was keenest to take on over the whole Caulfield card. It got its own way last start in the Group 1 and was weak as water. Drops back in class but has to carry the weight. I'm against it. I'm with Ray Magnerio in the Caulfield Sprint. Race 8 is the Group 2 Tristark Stakes for the mares over the 1,400 metres. Skybird is the favourite at $4.40 ahead of Plenty of Ammo. Second favourite at $5.50. Revolutionary Miss is at $6.50. Miss Aria is at $8 and double figures the rest. We're going to take a look at the Let's Elope Stakes for the last start run. Revolutionary Miss wins the race. Miss Aria and Skybird were close place getters. Now, the horse I haven't mentioned yet, Perfect, who is highlighted, is my on-top selection on Saturday. I just think it didn't handle the wet ground on this occasion. I need it to be a good track for this horse on Saturday. Gate 14 I don't mind because I think the rail's going to be off on Saturday. 3 meetings in a week. I think the rail will be off. So I think from gate 14 will posit itself on speed. Third up, back onto a firmer surface, can produce... If it can produce what it did first up, where it won at Caulfield, it'll take it a long way, and I think $12 is over the odds. I've got it on top. Ahead of Plenty of Ammo, who was good against the boys first up off a long spell. Second up fitter, it can go on with the job and win. Quintessa in there for third. Back on a firmer surface will help this horse, and Zach Purton on is a plus. And then in there for fourth, I've got Lady in Pink. This horse was finishing off really well at the end of 1,400 metres last start. I think once further, but second up will be fitter and running on strongly. I like Perfect in the Tristark Stakes. Race 9 is the Group 1 Caulfield Cup over the 2,400 metres. I'm running through this race on my preview. I've done a separate video on the Caulfield Cup, so if you haven't seen that, go and watch it. Buckaroo is the favourite at $4.20 ahead of Zardozi at $7. Elias is at $7.50. Land Legend is at $7.50 as well, and longer odds the rest. This was the last start run of Deny Knowledge last week at Caulfield. Now, just prior to filming of this preview, I got told that Deny Knowledge was undergoing a veterinary examination, so it might not even be running, but I'm going to still present my case of why I like Deny Knowledge anyway. Gate 17, it'll fly across, use the good part of the track in the first 300 metres of the race, lead the race, 50.5 kilos, off the week back up, should be almost at its top. And although 2400 metres is a query, a strong 2400 metres is a query, I just think with the lightweight and a brilliant front-running rider in Craig Newitt, it is a good chance of winning. I've got Denied Knowledge on top. I explained it a bit better in my Caulfield Cup preview video, so go and watch that if you haven't already, as I've already said. If Denied Knowledge comes out, I'm happy for Buckaroo to be my on-top selection. Good last start in the Turnbull, beaten by a good one in Via Sistina. Gate 8, Jal Moreira should settle midfield, forward and midfield, one off the fence and be running well. Zardozi was good in the Metropolitan last start, when 3 wide no cover, and can go on with it here. And then in there for fourth, I think I've got Elias. Gate 21's a bit of a query, but if it comes across and settles outside Denied Knowledge, that'll give it a strong chance. I'm in the corner of Denied Knowledge, but if it comes out, I like Buckaroo. Race 10 to finish the day is the Group 3 Moonga Stakes over the 1400 metres. Pinstriped is the favourite at $3.20, ahead of Gentleman Roy at $4.20. Then out to $9 for Ripcord, and longer odds the rest. This was the last start run of Coast Watch last week at Caulfield in the Weekend Hustler Stakes, won by Jimmy Starr. Now this horse Coast Watch doesn't get, or the margin was unfair. It didn't really get a crack at Jimmy Starr. It was under hard riding at the early part of the straight, but then struck traffic, had to go to the outside, and was sort of held up late when Super Razi laid in on top of it. I think off the week back up, I really like. Third up now is ready to go. Gate 10 can be on speed. There's a few out-and-out leaders in this race, so I think from Gate 10 can be, in the good part of the track and also out of that speed battle, and I think it's a ripper of a chance. The main query is that it only concedes 2 kilos to a Group 1 winner in Pinstripes, but I think off the week back up, it represents value at $13, 0.5 units to win and 0.5 units to place on Coast Watch. In for second, Pinstripe, the class runner, it can win. Gentleman Roy will go forward and is a good winning chance, and Cosmic Vega, a few experts kicking up for this horse. Kieran Marr trains, it's in with a chance, but I like Coast Watch at a price to finish the day. Now it's time for the quaddie. Last week didn't get Private Life, but got the other 3, so I was okay with that. Let's move on to this week. Race 7, the Caulfield Sprint, going for 2 Spacewalk, 3 Indian Pacific, 5 Katsu, 6 Sons Dude, and 8 Ray Magnerio, leaving out the 1 in Estriella. In the Tristar, going for 1 Quintessa, 2 Revolutionary Miss, 4 Skybird, 7 Perfect, 9 Miss Aria, 11 Lady in Pink, and 14 Plenty of Ammo. In the Caulfield Cup, 2 Buckaroo, 6 Warmonger, 7 Elias, 8 Land Legend, 13 Zardozi, and 15 Deny Knowledge. And in the last race, going for the 1 Pinstriped, 2 Gentleman Roy, 9 Coast Watch, and 16 Cosmic Vega. That's what I'm doing for my quaddie this week. Thank you everyone for watching my Caulfield Cup Day preview. It's about a 4.75 unit spend this week. We've made a profit the past 2 weeks. I'm not sure about the other weeks before then, but definitely in good form, so hopefully a few of the horses that I have units on can get up. Thanks everyone for watching this preview, and until next video, bye for now.